All right, guys, so I just want to cover a few different things about deloading and when and why to implement it, because I am going to be going into a deload, and that's what's going to be covered in the next few clips here. So the first question you need to ask yourself in order to figure out if you need to deload or not is going to be, have you been training sufficiently hard and progressively overloading the stimulus for at least 3 weeks? That's the first question. So if the answer to that question is no, then you just need to keep training hard. If the answer is yes, then you need to ask yourself, has my training stalled? And if your training is stalled, this could be for a few reasons. You need to first ask yourself, is your program well structured and is your overall exercise technique sound? If the answer to either of those questions is no, you first need to either refine your overall exercise technique or you need to restructure your program. If the answer to that question is yes, or either of those questions is yes, you need to ask yourself, have you been feeling excessively fatigued? Have you been having low motivation? Have you been feeling excessive joint aches and pains? Have you been having disturbed sleep? If the answer to that question is no, then you need to once again reassess your training strategies, and you might need to even add in volume or maintain the current volume that you're at. Now, if the answer is yes, if you've been feeling those negative effects of training, then you need to ask yourself, is your overall nutrition, sleep, and overall stress management on point for you to be able to recover effectively? Now, if the answer to that question is, yeah, my stress levels have been super high, my sleep has sucked, my nutritional goals have not been met, I've been dehydrated, well, then you first need to focus on improving those things, improving your recoverability. But if you've been on point, if you've been hitting your nutritional goals, if you've been sleeping well, your stress management's on point, well, then you really need to probably deload. That's the next step. And what a deload really is going to be a taper in your overall training volume. I'm going to explain this briefly by just stating that it's an overall reduction in your training volume without changing everything else. And that's pretty much it. But I will put a chart on this post that is going to explain things a little bit better, explaining the exact same thing that I just explained to you guys, but showing it in a very easy to read diagram. So take a look at that. Let me know if you guys still have questions on that, and hopefully this gives you guys some insight.